Harry's wife. Can she be cured? Hello, I'm H.G. Tudor. A question that's often asked with relation to Harry's wife is this: can she be cured? As you know, as a consequence of the review of a comprehensive amount of evidence, I determined that she's a narcissist, and her behaviour thereafter has been interpreted through her prism of narcissism. But couldn't she be cured? Is there some way of stopping her being what she is? Is there a method of causing her to break out of this narcissism with which she's afflicted? In parts passim, Mona Vidente has said there's witchcraft afoot. Maybe that's what needs curing. But it isn't witchcraft. It's her narcissism. There are those that wonder whether she can be cured of it. There are those that think that narcissism can be cured. But the problem is this: narcissism is a hermetically sealed defense mechanism. It is created in those formative years of 0 to 9, and as I've explained elsewhere, as a consequence of a genetic predisposition towards narcissism allied with a lack of control environment. You have those two things, the narcissism is created. It can't be undone. There's an absence of emotional empathy. You can't inject our kind with emotional empathy. It can't be created. That ship has sailed. I explain to people the cake has baked. There are those, of course, that think that they are able to cure the narcissist, and unfortunately, there are certain charlatans on the internet that maintain that they are cured narcissists. It's quite easy to deal with those individuals. They're either individuals who aren't actually narcissists but might just be narcissistic and have altered their behaviours, and they're able to do so because they are not narcissists. They just think they are, but they're not. More usually, the individuals are unaware narcissists in the strictest sense who think that they've become cured when they haven't, and their ongoing protestations that they've been cured are just a form of manipulation towards that audience. And it's dangerous because it leads people to believe that narcissism can be cured. Those victims who are hanging in there, trying to get back to where they were with the golden period, are misled into believing that somehow the narcissist can be helped, the narcissist can be cured, that there can be modifications to the behaviour that means that they can be lived with. The short answer is there are not. The narcissism is hermetically sealed. It is that total defence mechanism that it can't be undone. Furthermore, the fact is that even if a cure were available, the narcissist is not going to avail themselves of it. Many people ask me, HG, if you could stop being a narcissist, would you? And I would go, no. I'm hugely effective as a narcissistic psychopath. This is what I am. People say, well, you wouldn't hurt other people, and surely that's a good thing. Funnily enough, I don't care about the impact upon other people because I have no emotional empathy. Morally, I understand that people think that I should change my behaviours, but this is how I function. Do you go and ask the lion, will you stop hunting people? No. That's what the lion does. It hunts down the gazelle. I manipulate. I have no emotional empathy. I have no remorse. This is how I function. And I need fuel, not to the same extent as a pure narcissist. But I revel in what I do. It entertains me. I have a low boredom threshold, and therefore engaging in the Machiavellian schemes that I occasion and the playing with people's lives is what entertains me. I know what I am, and I see no reason to change. The vast majority of narcissists, of course, don't even know what they are. And what happens is their narcissism will not allow them to go near any potential cure. It's a little bit like, say, there's purple spotted disease, and a doctor comes along with the antidote to it, and the nature of that disease is that the person suffering from it sees the antidote and runs away from the doctor. It doesn't allow them to be cured. Now, you might perhaps catch them up, strap them down, and deliver the antidote. But even with the narcissist, you're not going to get to the point of getting hold of the narcissist to subject them to something which will immediately change them. Nothing exists. Any attempt to cure it is based upon intensive and extensive therapy, which, one, doesn't work, and two, even if it did, the narcissist wouldn't stay in therapy long enough for it to take shape. Why? the narcissist doesn't see that there's anything wrong with them. A narcissist utilises therapy for their own ends, either to charm and outwit the therapist who sees that there's nothing wrong with them, sometimes to use the therapist to triangulate with the other person, to demonstrate there's nothing wrong with me, it's her that's the problem. I utilised therapy to understand more about myself, and it made me more dangerous. It allowed me to tap into more information about me. But with Harry's wife, she can't be cured. First of all, she doesn't see that there's anything wrong with her. Everybody else is the problem. So she's never going to submit to any form of treatment or therapy. If you went to therapy, some mid-rangers do, it would just be done as a pity play. It would be to get a clean bill of health that she's been badly treated, that she's the victim, and that she can go around wearing that as a badge of honour. But there's no means of curing her. Showing her what she's done isn't going to work, as I've explained in the video. If you confronted her with the evidence, how would she react? Her narcissism will not allow her to be accountable for her behaviours. It will not allow her to issue a proclamation that she's done wrong in a genuine way and change permanently from those behaviours. Anybody attempting to change her will be wasting their time. All they will be doing is giving her fuel, opening them up to be on the receiving end of adverse behaviours, and where they have an addiction to the narcissist, feeding their emotional thinking all the more. That is why for you it is pointless you attempting to engage with the narcissist to try and change them. You will fail, and as an empathic victim, you'll just fuel the narcissist, meaning the narcissist wins and you lose. You'll suffer adverse consequences. The narcissist may well lash out at you at your honest but misguided attempts at help. The narcissist may well cause you to be frustrated because you can't get anywhere, to become upset because you think that they can change or that they've showed some form of change, and then that dissipates. And you will increase your emotional thinking. You also increase the risk of being hoovered. So there are many downsides to the potential seeking to cure a narcissist that you should not follow. And when it comes to Harry's wife, just like any other unaware narcissist, she doesn't know what she is. She sees there's nothing wrong with her. And where she might recognise that occasionally her behaviour is problematic, her narcissism just tells her, it's not your fault. They deserve the way that they've been treated. They brought it upon themselves. They're the ones that have behaved in the way that they have and caused the problem. It's not your problem, my dear. It's them, and they deserve everything that they get. Whilst many of you might want her to be cured so that she stops behaving the way that she does, some of it wanting almost the happy ending for her, there isn't going to be. She cannot be cured. No narcissist can be cured. Might that change in the future? Who knows? Potentially it might. But at this juncture, the narcissism is hermetically sealed, resistant to any attempt to change it, because that's the nature of the self-defense mechanism that it is. I'm H.G. Tudor. Thank you for listening.